It's raining today. Oh my god, sorry, this is the first time I've spoken today. It's so incredibly dark. I kind of just hate it so much, but I also know I need to get used to this because winter's coming. I've just been doing some drawings this morning. I started this series on my TikTok where I just draw my followers. So I've been doing a lot of that lately, and it's been fun. I don't really like to spend longer than an hour on these drawings because, I don't know, I think that's just... it's going to be too much time, and sometimes I can get a little bit caught up. Maybe some of you think that an hour is too long. For me, an hour is just like, that's a short amount of drawing time. I need to pack up one of my commissions that I did. It's finally dry now, so that's great. And then, yeah, ship it off. Canada Post is on strike right now, so I can't use Canada Post to ship with, which is what I normally use. So I'm going with like a different shipper this time, and I just feel like scared. Really nothing to be scared about. Sometimes when I'm doing something new, I always feel like whoever is going to help me with it is going to be mean to me. I'm sure it's just anxiety. It's not really anything that's actually gonna happen to me. Anyway, let's pack up that painting. So I've had this painting for a while. I painted something on it a long time ago, and then I hated it, and I decided to just cover it in red, and then I didn't know what to do with it because I always thought I would finish it. So I hung it in my kitchen because, as some of you may know, I sometimes just hang up unfinished work so that I could be like, we need to finish that. It's been way too long since this has been up. Also, sorry if you hear some like squeaking or running in the background. It is Lucy. She just wants to play. I bought some fruit and I just want to like do some paintings from it, so I'm gonna do that. I said I was painting fruit, decided on tomato. Also, just for the record, these aren't my favorite tomatoes. My favorite tomatoes are cocktail tomatoes. I know you guys needed to know that, so I'm filling you in. I'm gonna paint on my desk today just because this painting is really small. There's no reason to paint on my easel. Sometimes it hurts my back too. Okay, so I've been painting for about an hour and a half now. Maybe it's been 2 hours. What time is it? I can't check, but I think it's been about 2 hours. Brandon wants to go grab a coffee. If Brandon wants to grab a coffee, I want to grab a coffee. So I have to put jeans on because it's like way too cold, despite my apartment being incredibly hot. I'm not over exaggerating. I normally love it when it's really hot, but it feels like it's 40 degrees in my apartment and it's a lot. Anyway, let's get coffee. I tried to do that transition thing where you jump, but I think that looked really bad. I might leave it in though, because it also kind of looks a little bit funny to me. Okay, it's the next day. I'm gonna be continuing on with my painting because I want to finish it. And I'm really enjoying doing it, so. I just wanted to talk a little bit because I've been really reflective over the past few years, the past 5 years mainly. I've just been thinking a lot about it. I feel like I'm just in this weird transitional time right now. Some of you know, some of you may not know, but I don't have a job anymore. So I'm just out here. The job I had though was just very difficult. We'll just say that. And I feel like during that time in my life, I just felt really trapped. I felt like work took so much time, energy, and happiness away from me that at the end of the day, there was just nothing left. I never felt like drawing. I never felt like painting. I just felt like a shell of myself. As I've been taking more time to focus on this channel and myself, my mental health has skyrocketed in a way that I didn't know was possible. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and I hope that I don't sound really annoying because I know that I've said that like a few weeks in a row now. I think that it just feels unbelievable to me to be this happy. I've been kind of talking to other people in my life, and I can see some of those aspects that I was facing when I was really struggling in the last 5 years. I can see them talking about those things, and I feel really vulnerable saying this, but it's made me afraid to go back to work, like back to a real job. The goal for me right now is to just survive off of my own art, which obviously is very challenging. I live in one of the most expensive cities in the world, and it also feels insanely unrealistic. I get that, I see that. I just kind of feel like for me, it's worth the risk to pursue art in a serious way. I'm really feeling lucky that I get the time to paint because I was really craving that the last 5 years. Anyway, I think I'm done. I actually love the way this turned out. I don't know, Okay. I was just gonna say, I love this painting. I love it more than I thought I would love it. I think it's just so cute and so nice. So cute and so nice. Wow, amazing way to describe your painting. I really wanted to go for this more kind of like impasto loose feel. I think I achieved that. I love this. Okay, cool. Thanks for listening to me talk. So I was just messing around this morning and I made this kind of like cute little thing out of my painting. I really like it. You guys can tell me if you like this or not because I really like it. I don't really know how people would use it other than just like a decorative little thing to have around their house, but I really like it. Anyway, this morning I was kind of just thinking about my creativity and how easy it's just kind of been lately to make stuff, but that wasn't always the case for me. Like I used to really struggle with being creative and coming up with ideas. I always just felt like there was nothing in my head and I'm just not a creative person, even though I think everyone is a creative person, except me. Rules don't apply to me for some reason. So I just remember going to art school and I would feel like the biggest imposter ever because I would be surrounded by all of these creative people and I always felt like I didn't belong there. I think the issue was though that I was just engaging in a lot of negative self-talk, which isn't helpful. I always just felt like every idea I ever had was a bad idea because I thought of it and because I'm stupid and I don't come up with good ideas. Really helpful stuff, I know. So every time I would sit down to draw or paint, I always just ended up not doing it because I would be shooting down my ideas before they could even get out. I think one day though, I just kind of realized that it didn't matter if what I was making was stupid or not. I think I was trying too hard to like be very serious about my art, and part of me a little bit blames art school for that. Anyone who's gone to art school, you know, I was just always taking my art so seriously to the point where it would inhibit me actually doing any art at all. And art doesn't need to be like this serious thing. You can just be doing it because you want to do it, and that's a good enough reason on its own. I also want to say that I'm not cured of my negative self-talk. It's still there. I think at this point in my life, I'm just more questioning why it's it's there, why I'm saying those things, and that has been really helpful to me. If you're struggling with that, that's what I would recommend doing. I'm not a professional though, so take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, I kind of just refuse to be hard on myself anymore when it comes to art. I feel like at this point in my life, I've discovered it's not helpful. And when I encounter those days where I genuinely feel like I have nothing in my brain and nothing to offer, those are the days that I kind of realize I need to take some time for myself. The thing that's helped me the most is doing more things that are not related to art. Things I enjoy doing are listening to podcasts, listening to music. I really like going for walks. Those types of things help me recharge and re-inspire me to do more art rather than something like doom scrolling, which definitely does not help anyone. It's not good. It's not going to make you feel recharged and wanting to do art, trust me. Anyway, that was kind of bouncing around in my head this morning, and I felt like I needed to say it because I thought maybe it could be helpful for someone. I feel like I've never really gone in depth about the things that have helped me with my creativity and why I feel like this now after having such a long period of an art block. But I don't know, hopefully that is somewhat helpful to someone out there who watches these videos. And if it's not, then I don't know. Sorry. Realized I never did an outro for this video. That's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.